The control gates are working so it's critical that you keep the right level, lake level for Lake Manapuri, for that power station to operate. And that's what those gates are for. And then it heads all the way off, way down to sea. So, and it's all that cold, fresh water making its way out of. I suggest if you need a bathroom, go here, even if you don't need one. Just really quickly do that because we've gone a bit foggy. kids used to go mad on it, especially you go up here. That means there he is. Boom. We're really close. That's the big mountain that roars out of the fjord, out of far easier, and just moves nice and freely if we get ahead of that big long line of. Here's the terminal building. There is Milford Sound. We've made it. Isn't it beautiful? Cool bananas. So.
Yeah, sorry, it's not easy.
over 3 minutes ago, should I say, so won't be long.
Do you want to respond?